Shabbat Shalom, my favorite time of the week. I love the Shabbat, and we love the feast of the Lord. In the last PowerPoint, I was talking about theater, and I'm not talking about going to watch a movie. This is critical. If you can identify your call, and you can identify which theater you are to battle in, then what happens is you need to find an apostolic network that can cover you, teach you, and be able to have experiences with you of victory in that theater. So I'll just give you two examples. We work with the First Nations people. We work with Dr. Big Pond, Jay Swallow. That is the First Nations theater of spiritual warfare in the United States. My ministry is to the land of Israel and the Jewish people. We are a bridge to the churches in the nations, not just to the United States. House of David is an apostolic bridge to the nations, to Israel. We are to reconnect Israel to the church so that covenant blessings of revival might come to the nations and blessings come to Israel. Okay, that's a theater. Okay, that theater of the restoration of the land of Israel, fulfilling prophecy, has huge spiritual warfare consequences because we're battling international powers and principalities with every continent that we go after, every region. Okay? So that's a certain level of warfare that you need to understand that call. Now, I didn't choose this call. God chose it, so He's had to raise me up in 20 years to learn how to survive in that theater. I'm also a part of the First Nations theater in the United States as an anointed rabbi to the First Nations. And that's another level of warfare. But that warfare is here, and the Israel warfare is way up here. So what I'm saying to you in this, in a very practical sense, if you really feel called to the First Nations, then you may probably go to work in maybe a year or two after going through SWAT training and everything else, and you're actually going out on assignment. But if you're called to Israel through House of David, it may be 4 or 5 years before you're actually on the battlefield. Why? Because the level of the theater of engagement is so much higher, and the casualties are so much higher, you have to have more experience, and so it just takes longer. So you need to be sober about what theater you're in. The other side of it is if you're raising up a community church, let's say in Nebraska, or here in Oklahoma in the Bible Belt, that's another theater. And you'll probably go to work in that in 6 months. So it's not all one kingdom. The theater of which you battle is very important to understand. I'll see you tomorrow morning.